How's it going, everybody? It's Bucks. Today is a special story. Hopefully you're all looking forward to this. Today I'm going to be telling you about my first ever kiss. Now, I did actually tell this story a long time ago. Well, I didn't really tell it as a story. I very briefly mentioned it. This was like 2 to 3 years ago. I'm not sure if people are still here from that time. If you are, then you're amazing. I love you. But I didn't really lie. I only very briefly mentioned it, and because it was on New Year's one year, I basically just said I could hardly remember it. It was one of them. But I do know exactly what happened. I just didn't really want to share it because, like, I don't know. This is like 3 years ago. I was really shy. I didn't really want to say it. But I'm willing to say it right now. It's not even that bad. It's just quite funny. So let's go back to the year. Shit, what year was it? I think I was in either year 9 or year 10, which was either 2009 or 2010. So this is a good 5 to 6 years ago now. At the time, I think I was either 14 or 15 years old. So back then, we used to have a tradition every single year where we would go up to see family in Scotland. My mum's side of the family, they're all Scottish, and we used to go up there every single New Year and have this big family New Year's party. Loads of people went, and it was really good. Like, had all the friends of my cousins went, and then all the friends of my parents went. It just turned out really good every year. Now, one of my cousins is a year below me, and she's a girl, so she's obviously got loads of like girly friends, right, that are obviously going to be going to these parties. And this one year in particular, the year that wait, just take a look at me. This is what I used to look like back then. This is literally what I used to look like back then. So one day, Bucks got Facebook, and he added one of his little cousin's friends, and we hit it off. I think we ended up exchanging numbers over Facebook, and I was texting her all the time from my little Nokia phone. And this was in December, so the lead up to New Year. Now, I think this is one of the key problems around what happened. So basically, throughout the whole of December, me and her were texting. We were just texting. Like, we may as well be fucking going out, okay? It was mad, literally. So we text, and we eventually, I can't remember how, but after about 2 weeks, I think we approached the subject of kissing at New Year. Like, the classic, like, New Year's kiss. And back then, being a little shit, so you used to, like, I obviously was trying to flirt about it. I was like, I'll give you a kiss on New Year's, winky face. And just like, oh, fuck, no. But, so yeah, that happened. And fast forward a bit to, it was a few days before New Year and just like a couple of days after Christmas. So this year we decided to drive up instead of fly up to Scotland. So from London, that's like, it's about a 9-hour drive, I think, so up to where they live. I remember we began driving up, and like, literally the whole way there, I'm texting this girl. And me back then, like, I didn't really have any experience of talking to girls, like, whatsoever. I went to an all-boys school. I was midway through secondary school. I was like full-on fucking into RuneScape. So yeah, I didn't really have any experience, like, talking to girls. This was the beginning of that era, though. Like, when I got Facebook for the first time, that was it. This was like my first girly kind of experience. So we're driving up to Scotland, right? And I'm texting her this whole way. Really confident over text, you know. I was like a little text warrior back then. You know, absolutely full on with confidence over text. When it came to real life, like, fuck the confidence. Confidence was gone. It's nowhere. And so we get up there, and I don't actually meet her until the New Year's Eve party, right? So up until then, yeah, fair enough. Talking to my cousin about her, my little cousin, and stuff like, yeah, we're getting on really well. Like, can't wait to meet her, and like, can't wait to see how we get on in real life and stuff like that. And I was really confident about it to my cousin, but oh dear. The New Year's Eve party comes around. I remember that night I was preparing, and she texted me saying she was at this party. She was at my cousin's party, and I remember getting ready, and I was like, that's when I started to like panic. I just suddenly thought to myself, like, shit, I've never really spoken to a girl properly like in that sense in real life, and I've had no experience with girls whatsoever. So that's when I started to shit myself. So fast forward a bit, we're all ready, we're making our way over to my cousin's house, and we get there, and it's that really awkward thing. I don't know if you've ever had it, like if you ever go to a party and you bear in mind I was like 14 or 15 at the time. It's so much. I've had loads of college parties when I was like 18, 19, so different. That's when I had some confidence in me. But at this stage, like, if you can relate to this, imagine walking into a party and you've been like, you've got plans to get with someone basically, and you see them around, but you don't really say hi to each other just yet. It's a bit shady. I don't know. It just doesn't really fall to place as you expected it. But yeah, I end up finally getting the balls to talk to this girl, and I shat myself. If you could like cock something up like to the fullest potential of just looking like an absolute twat, I did that. I remember going up to her, and I think I tried to give her a hug. I tried to say hi and give her a hug like at the same time, and then I think I tried to kiss her on the cheek, and I was like, oh, it just didn't go down well. Who the fuck kisses someone on the cheek when they're 14, like as a hello greeting? Who the fuck does that? So that was a really awkward meet. Literally a really awkward first time meet, and we say hi. I'm like shaking. I'm like fucking shaking, and I'm like stumbling my words. I'm like hello, as if I've got a fucking dick in my mouth, right? So party goes on. What happened was we were hanging around. It was literally, I was like a little pimp. It was just me and 4 girls. One of them was my cousin. Just me and 4 girls, and we were up in my cousin's room, like sitting around like in a circle, like playing Dares on her bed. And it was so set up basically that her friends were trying to get us to like hook up, and I had my first Bacardi Breezer. Yeah, first ever Bacardi Breezer, like in my life, literally. I think it's the first drop of alcohol I properly had, like, yeah, it was when I was 14 at that party. So we're all sitting on this bed, and we're playing Dares, and eventually it gets around to the obvious fucking question. Like, I dare you, what should I call her? Like all my other stories, I'm gonna call this girl Jennifer, because I don't want to use her real name. So yeah, Ryan and Jennifer, we dare you to kiss. And me and her were both a bit like, so fucking nervous to like even say anything or like to even respond at this point, because we both obviously really liked each other, but oh god, it was bad. It was bad. So I was like, shit, Ryan, you need to do something. You need to fucking say something. So I was like, in front of you guys, that's a bit, you know, I just fucking fucked up my words so bad. And they're like, oh no, not make out, just a little kiss, A quick game for a quick kiss. I was like, okay. And she was like, okay. So we lean in, and then we peck. It was more like a longish peck. It wasn't like a quick, like, fucking slap of the lips. And that was it. That was my first ever kiss. I was a nervous little shit back then when it came to girls, but that was it. Yeah, did you guys enjoy that? Did you guys enjoy that story? I've got some other stories I could say, like, you know, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and leave a comment down below on what you thought. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, become a Buccaneer, and I shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, and roll the outro.